to the conference committee that was called for Senate Bill 12. We will go ahead and open it and start discussing the differences. Before we start discussing the differences, actually we'll have a reviser give us an update on Senate Bill 12.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. General Boyer, Reviser Statutes Office. This is a conference on Senate Bill 12, which would require the Department of Children and Families to enter into performance-based contracts, and it would require reports to the governor and the legislature, the House, and it would also require certain objectives to be met in those contracts, essentially performance-based measures and evidence-based practices. This bill was amended in the Senate just to update the years, as it was a carryover bill. So it would require the implementation of the plan in 2023 and reporting to begin an implementation in 2024. This was amended by the House just to change the effective date.
Jenna, thank you for that. Do we have any questions on where we're at on Senate Bill 12 yet? Everybody okay? Okay. Madam Chair, I think what I would like to do is we had a version, Senate Bill 425, and your guys, the House had a version, House Bill 2582. It was the DCF law enforcement collaboration of sharing data. We would like to offer that as being inserted into Senate Bill 12 with the contents of Senate Bill 12 staying.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We did amend that. That bill the House Bill 2582 actually was vetted through two House committees. It went through House Children and Seniors as well as House Judiciary, and it was amended in Judiciary. So could we ask the revisers to talk about the differences between those two bills?
Definitely. Jenna?
This is Jesse Pringle with the Reviser Statutes Office. So in the House Bill version 2582, what the House Children and Seniors Committee amended into that was on page 6, starting in line 14, and the name and the contact information of the reporter or the persons alleging abuse or neglect, and the case managers, investigators, or contracting agency employees assigned to investigating such report to then be included in the information that would then be given to law enforcement. And then House Judiciary then in that same paragraph added the sentence, such records shall only be used for the purposes of investigating the alleged or substantiated report or investigation of abuse. So those are the two amendments that the House Children and Seniors made and House Judiciary made. And then actually 2582 was amended by the Senate committee, and it was for the effective date.
Thank you very much for that, Jesse. Just a quick question. So you guys, was this dual referred in the House? Okay.
Yes, it was. We passed it out of Children and Seniors, and there was the issue of the clarification that the information could not be disclosed once it was shared with law enforcement. If there was an open records request or something like that, that came up by our leadership, and so they re-referred it, and Judiciary, which I sat on that at committee as well, and so we vetted that again and amended it with that information. So we also would like to see that inserted, but we would like to use the House version of that.
Thank you for that clarification, Madam Chair. Give us just a quick second. Jesse or Jenna?
Mr. Chair, if I may add some extra information for the conference committee, the Senate version 425 actually mirrors the amendment that the House Children and Seniors made on the extra information that goes, but it does not contain that extra provision on the disclosure and confidentiality that the House Judiciary did.
Senator Petty has a question. Go ahead, Senator Petty.
Representative Kincannon, I know that on your side, I thought that there had been some discussion about the local child death review boards and some clarifying language that concerning them.
Yeah, I don't think that was in this bill.
Okay, so it wasn't even, I was just noticing that this bill does speak about the child death review board. And so it was, so you did not have those conversations concerning this particular bill?
We did not have those conversations in discussion of this bill. I recall having those conversations. I don't recall which bill it was.
And I'm sorry, I wasn't clear on the bill either, but then as I was going through here and mentioned, so the Child Death Review Board is mentioned, I thought that this might be the bill.
Yeah.
Because I know there has been brought up some issues, particularly about, we did language last year concerning the local child death review boards. And then there's been some issues that have been brought up at the state level.
Yeah, and those areas of communication have to do with the Attorney General's office and their communication with the local child death review boards. And this is communication that between law enforcement and DCF.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Madam Chair, the Senate would accept that, your recommendation to use the 2582 with the changes with the House Judiciary and the House Children and Seniors amendments. So to add that to Senate Bill
Great.
12.
Thank you.
So we're all in agreement on that. Okay. Madam Chair, now I do have another piece that I would like to add. Very just easy bill. Senate Bill 489. We would like to offer that as inserting that into the current bill as it is with the current additions.
Senate Bill 489, has it had a hearing on the House side?
I do not believe it has.
Okay. I'm only slightly familiar with it and might question the non-controversial comment, but that's definitely one that we will need to take some time to discuss.
Sure, and we understand that. So I think that is the only things that we have on our side. Is there, on Senate Bill 12, is there anything that you guys have?
Yes, sir. We are interested in adding House Bill 2632, which has been referred to as the expanded Adrian's Law, but it provides for the care provider network. to be established in Kansas. On the Senate side, your bill was 460.
Okay, give us just a quick second on this one. Madam Chair, I think on this one, what we would like to do is, since we haven't come to an agreement on 489, and I don't know if you guys have to caucus, or I guess you guys call it calendar, where we do have to caucus at 3:30 and then go on the floor at 4. So if this is the last piece that you guys have, I would like to recess this and then come back at 5 o'clock in same room if we can get it. So
Yeah, that's the last one that we were interested in adding. We did amend that on the floor. And so just wanted you to have a look at that. And anything else? Okay. All right.
that sounds good, and we'll ask the revisers to give us a update on that amendment and what it does. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Jenna Moore, Revisor Statutes Office. There are two main parts of that amendment. The first one was a 5-year sunset. So, or actually maybe 4 years now that I do the math, but it would sunset the provisions of the bill in July 1, 2026. And additionally, it would add to the definition of that care network medical providers associated with a child advocacy center that has the ability to conduct one of these care exams.
And was the base bill the same? Were those mirror bills?
They were similar, but not quite mirrors.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The one difference between the Senate bill and the House bill was that the completed review, if an exam was conducted, who that was sent to, in addition to those listed in the House bill, it was additionally sent to the Attorney General's office in the Senate bill.
Okay. Yeah, and hang on just a second. Okay, we can agree to come back at 5.
So we will then adjourn and come back at 5. We're planning on this room, but we'll make sure and verify that we can get this room again at 5 o'clock, and then we'll just pick up where we have left off. Senator Petty.
I just kind of wanted to, are we kind of going back and forth between the Senate Bill 460 and House Bill 2632? Are we going to be talking primarily about the House bill?
I think on our side, I would like for us to talk about the differences, which version we would like.
All right, thank you.
Saying nothing else, we will adjourn.